Her neighbors called the police twice. Not because of a break-in, not because of noise, because they saw a 130-pound Rottweiler standing at the window at 2 a.m. and assumed the worst. They were wrong. Chief wasn't a threat. He was the only thing standing between Lauren and one. Her neighbors called the police twice in the first month. Not because of noise, not because of a fight, because they saw a 130-pound Rottweiler pressed against the living room window at 2 a.m. watching the street like a sentinel, convinced something was terribly wrong inside that house. Nothing was wrong. That was just Chief doing his job. Lauren Mercer was 26 when she moved into her first solo apartment. No roommates, no partner, just her, a second-hand couch and a silence that followed her from room to room. Her mother called every Sunday. "Are you sure you're okay living alone?" Lauren always said yes. But the silence had a weight she hadn't expected. She wasn't looking for a dog. She was walking past the county shelter on a Tuesday in October, killing time before a dentist appointment when a volunteer propped the front door open. She stepped inside just to look. The first kennel held a pair of beagles. The second a trembling greyhound mix. The third stopped her completely. He was sitting perfectly still in the center of the concrete floor. Not pacing, not barking, just sitting like he had somewhere important to be and was waiting for the right person. Black and tan, built like a small truck with a head the size of a basketball and eyes that looked straight through her. The tag on his kennel read, "Chief, male for years. Rottweiler, third return." Third return. Lauren stood at that kennel door for 11 minutes. She counted later, checking the timestamp on a photo she took without thinking. In those 11 minutes, Chief did not move. He simply looked at her and waited. The shelter worker, a woman named Patricia, appeared at Lauren's shoulder. "He's been here 6 months, Patricia said. First family said he was too big. Second said he was too intense. Third lasted 4 days." She paused. "He just watches. Some people find that unsettling." Lauren found it the opposite of unsettling. She signed the paperwork 40 minutes later. She missed her dentist appointment entirely. The first night was not what she expected. She had bought an orthopedic dog bed, a water bowl and 2 brands of premium kibble. Chief walked through the front door, surveyed the apartment with the calm efficiency of a building inspector and walked directly to Lauren's bedroom. He looked at the orthopedic dog bed beside the dresser and looked back at her. "That's yours?" Lauren said. Chief looked at the dog bed then back at her. Then he stepped around it and lay down on the floor beside her side of the mattress, back pressed against the bed frame, facing the door. The orthopedic bed went untouched for 3 weeks before Lauren donated it. By the second week, a routine had formed. Every morning at exactly 6:08 a.m., Chief would stand up, stretch with a shudder that rattled his tags, and place his chin on the mattress beside Lauren's face. Not barking, not whining, just present. Her alarm was set for 6:30. She stopped needing it entirely. Every evening when Lauren came home, Chief was waiting at the door. Not jumping, not spinning, standing. The moment she crossed the threshold, his tail began a slow wag like a metronome set to her heartbeat. Her mother visited 6 weeks after the adoption. She stood in the doorway, took one look at the 130-pound Rottweiler beside her daughter's knee, and said nothing for a long time. "He's enormous." "I know. Is he safe?" Chief blinked once and rested his chin on Lauren's knee. Conversation over. Her mother sat down and cried, not from fear, from something else entirely. 3 months and Lauren got sick. A fever that climbed to 103 kept her in bed for 4 days. Chief did not leave her side. He slept on the floor beside the bed. When she finally made it to the couch wrapped in a blanket, he climbed up beside her, all 130 pounds, and pressed his warm flank against her side. She could feel his heartbeat. Slow, steady, certain. She thought about the shelter tag. Third return. Rottweilers were bred as working dogs, herding, guarding. That instinct never disappears. It waits for someone worth protecting. Then came the night that changed everything. It was a Wednesday in February, 2:47 a.m. Lauren had been asleep for 3 hours when Chief walked to the bedroom door. Then he came back. Then he left again. Then he returned and placed his chin on the mattress beside her ear and exhaled one long, deliberate breath. Lauren opened her eyes. Chief was staring at her, alert, focused. He turned toward the front door and back to her twice. She got up. The front door was locked, but Chief walked to the kitchen window and stood there absolutely still, staring at the back alley. Lauren called 911. Chief's certainty was enough. The police arrived 11 minutes later. They found a man attempting to access the building's rear entrance. 2 apartments below had been broken into that same week. Hers was untouched. The officer looked at Chief, sitting quietly beside her, and said, "Good dog." Chief did not react. He already knew. Lauren stood in her doorway after the police left. The city hummed its 3 a.m. hum. Chief pressed against her leg, warm and solid and steady. She thought about a Tuesday in October, a shelter door propped open, a dog sitting perfectly still on a concrete floor, waiting. She had thought she was rescuing him. She had the sequence exactly backwards. Today Chief is 6 years old. He still sleeps beside Lauren's bed, facing the door. He still places his chin on the mattress at 6:08 every morning. He still watches the street from the window at night. The silence that used to follow her from room to room has been replaced by the quiet warmth of not being alone. Some dogs are returned because people cannot handle what they offer. Not everyone is ready for that kind of loyalty. Not everyone recognizes devotion when it arrives wearing a face that the world has decided to fear. Chief waited 6 months and 3 failed homes for the right person. He never stopped waiting. And when she finally walked past his kennel on that Tuesday in October, he did not bark or beg or perform. He simply looked at her and waited for her to understand. She did. If you're thinking about adopting a large breed, take your time. Learn what they need. Because sometimes the ones the world calls too much are exactly enough. Would you trust a 130 pounds Rottweiler to keep you safe living alone? Yes or no? Tell me in the comments.